Okay, hello everybody. It's TIETS Informationals here with another review. Today it's an exciting day because we're going to do the new game, bookshelf game by Griffin Games, number 16. And more excitingly, it is Alf Siegert's game, Musee. His latest game, he's brought us Bridge Troll, Trollhalla, Road to Canterbury, which is amazing, Fantastica, which is amazing, Cubist recently, and now Musee. And the one thing I can say about an Alf Siegert game is you're going to get quality. You're going to get awesome components from the box to the insert to all the stuff. Makes all his games just even that much better. And if you're a component hound like I am and you want like really nice quality games that are a step above other games, then you can feel confident that if Alf Siegert's name's on the game, you're going to get a high quality game. So let's take a look what's in the box. We'll talk a little bit about how to play it, and then I'll let you know if you should own it or you should buy this game. But component-wise, hands down, you should already buy it. So let's take a look. All right, real quick, let's take a look at the amazing components in Alf Siegert's Musee. So here's the box, really nice quality, number 16 in the Griffith Bookshelf series. You got a really nice quality manual as always. And then just so cool inserts. And you've got the little score markers. That was a Kickstarter deal. Little standees, which I actually like to use for the floor bonuses. You have the quality pieces of the chandeliers and the stairwells. All the cards fit in here nicely. And of course, the bonus award tiles. So that's what the components look like, amazing, and let's just get into the gameplay real quick. Okay, so when you set Musee up, it's pretty simple. This is just going to be one player's board here, and you're going to have, basically, you're going to have your chandeliers, and you're going to have your staircases, and you're going to take those and set it up. You can basically decide where the stair rails are. You need to have half and half in each row. The basic setup is to have even numbers in the top and then odd numbers on the bottom. Then you're going to have your upper gallery, which is going to be your paintings that you're going to display here, your middle gallery, and your lower gallery. Okay. So once you set that up, then you can give each player a turn summary card and then a little scoring synopsis card. Okay, so let's talk real quick about what you do on your turn. They have the little reference cards, which are nice. So you may play a card anywhere, so long as the painting is in the same gallery, increasing numerical order from left to right. So on your turn, you play a card. You can always skip numbers in between. If you're the first player to fill a particular gallery, you claim the gallery bonus card. If you cannot play a painting, you may not play any more paintings this game. The other players may keep playing until they can no longer display any paintings, and then you draw one painting. So basically on your turn, you're playing one of your paintings, and then you're drawing another card, and that's your turn. It's just that simple. But it does get very strategic and really entertaining, and it's awesome to look at. So once you have all this set up, you're going to get 5 cards each player. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Each player will get 5, and then the rest of the deck becomes the draw pile, which we're going to put over here. Okay, so we take a look at our cards here. So we got these beautiful pieces of artwork here. Let me take a look what we got. So you got our cards. You put these in numerical order because that's going to make a big difference in the game here. And so this is basically our starting hand. Okay, so you're always going to have different colors, the different colors and the different themes. So greens are always going to be animals. Blues are always going to be water related. Architectures in the yellows. You're going to have landscapes on your grays. And then there's also another color, red, which are going to be people. So the basic premise is that everything in each row has to go left to right numerically. So your lowest number has to be on the far left and your highest number has to be on the far right. So for example, if I put a 35 here, I would only be able to play, I could play any of these to the left of it. If I put the 7 here, now obviously I couldn't play a 9 or a 12, I would have to play a 6 here. And same thing, I would have to play a higher number on the left side. So kind of as you go through, you know, you can put them, in any row you want to put them in here. This would be interesting if you had gone like this, because then you would have 2 blues that are up and down on a stairwell, which would give you 3 bonus points at the end of the game. The other approach you could take with these blues is you could put 2 next to each other right here. So you would have, and this would give you the 2 bonus points at the end of the game by having these 2 themes adjacent to each other. So as you go along, you keep drawing these beautiful cards with the awesome artwork on them, and you keep getting cards, and you're trying to strategically figure out, okay, so how can I get a lot of colors get the same themes next to each other, and so I can get them left to right, and how can I get them vertically together on stairwells? Obviously, I could go here, then I could place this red one here, and then I have an adjacency there. 49, since the cards go up to 50 in a 2-player game, is probably a good card early in the game if I want to play it, farther down. I could still play this 29 here. So basically, you're just going turn by turn, back and forth, drawing cards and placing cards, and trying by, looking at the process of elimination. So, okay, so my partner, the person I'm playing against has, they have, the blue 17. And so, if I had the blue, that would see the blue 22, I would want to put the blue 22 here if I knew they had the 17, because there'd be no fear of, eventually not being able to play something. So you're kind of going through and you're trying to draw the cards that you need, and you're trying to play cards strategically, so as the game progresses, you can fill in the most gaps and gain the most points. Obviously, I'm just going to slide these over here so I can play them legally to show you. But once I would finish perhaps this middle row, then I would gain the middle row bonus card, and at the end of the game, obviously that would score me 4 points. So the game is really interesting from that fact. Plus, it's just fun to look at. It's also fun to, as you go through, to name the, you'd say, okay, I'm playing the Tempest, and talk a little bit about the piece of artwork, and then you can play it, which is always fun as well. Okay, so here we go, final end of the game, and my gallery is completely full. Sometimes that might not happen because you might have all low numbers and no slots to fill them in, or all high numbers and no slots to fill them in. But in this case, everything is numerically set up. I strategically planned it out to where I could play everything and got all the cards I needed. So if we were to look at final game scoring, we would look at the card and we would get 1 point for every painting in your Musee, which I hit the maximum, which is 18, so I'd get a point for every painting. Then we would go into the 2 points. Every 2 adjacent paintings are matching themes in the same gallery, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8, and then 10, 12. In the lower row, we go 14, 16, 18. So for my total points so far would be 36, 18 plus 18. Then we would look at the 3-pointers. Every 2 paintings of matching theme connected by a staircase. So here I've got 3 for my 2 animals, another 3 for my 2 waters, another 3 for my landscapes. It's a total of 9. So now I'm going to be at 45. And then we look at the last one, which is the 4-point bonuses. So masterfully, I got these 2 galleries. So I would get 4 points for each of those for another 8 points. So I would go from to a total of 54. So 54 would be my final score. And then based on what my opponent got, let's say they got 50, I would win that round, and then we would play another game, and the first person to win 2 games wins Musee. So it would be technically a best 2 out of 3. Okay, so what do I think about Musee? Well, first of all, it's a really, really fun game. It's quick. It's really easy to learn. My wife loves it. The artwork is really cool. It's fun to talk about it. But it is definitely one of those games where you're setting up. You kind of have to think about what you're going to do. You're planning it out. You're watching the other player to see, hey, okay, they've played that number. They've played that number. Then you're drawing and you're hoping you're getting it, and you see there's like 6 or 7 cards left, and you know that number of cards in there, and you're going, should I take a chance? Should I wait for it? So a lot like, I guess kind of a Lost Cities feel, where you're kind of, you know, in that game you go on expeditions and you're trying to, you know, hope you get it. But it's really fun. Like if the first time I played it, the first couple times, I was like, okay, yeah, this could be any theme. It could be any, you know, just it's numbers left to right kind of thing. But once you quickly realize that each theme card, the numbers are every 5. So like, for example, the landscapes are 1, 5, or actually, yeah, I believe the landscapes, 1, 6, 11, and so forth. So they go to 5, and then your animal ones are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, like that. So then you can start realizing, okay, so I have the 1, and I have the 6. Let's see, is 11 available? No, she's got the 11, so then you're going back and forth, so you start analyzing that way. The other cool thing, you can play partnerships in this, where you're playing across the table from the other person, and you're kind of like by playing cards into the gallery, you're trying to kind of figure out what your partner has, or trying to figure out what you have, and then it's the whole, you know, sequence, no table talk thing. And then there's also a 3-player version. But just, again, you know, you saw the components, but, you know, when you can fit everything in the box like this, and, you know, you just like it, you know? You like to feel it, you like to touch it, you know? So very cool. I learned a little bit more about famous works of art. Most of them I knew, some of them I didn't, so it's a very cool game. I think you should own it. It's one of the better ones in the bookshelf series, in my opinion. So just like I said, Alf, good game, my friend. Thanks, take it easy.